My name is Kck Rbi, Executive Director of Kck Rbi. We are the true meaning of an inner city program, and so when I basically seen the mission statement and seen what they stood for and started doing some research, it was a perfect fit. You know, a lot of our kids are inner city, so we're not really ready for the travel ball, that type of environment, so RBI was a perfect fit for us, and the 2 years we've been in, we've been in love with it. We could care less about the scoreboard. We may never win a game, we may never make it to the World Series, but in reality, that's not what we're about. We want to see how many kids we can truly put into college, because our goal is to get them qualified, so therefore they can actually work and make an income and do something to be proud of.
It isn't about playing professional baseball, it's about going to college. That's what we do.
Getting educated.
Yeah, when you guys get to college, I feel like we won at that point, because now you're in a position to become the first one in your family to actually graduate and get a college education.
My players basically have a single parent background, and so that's what really intrigued me. I came from a single parent background. So first thing we did is we found coaches that can not only be a coach but also serve as a father figure, because we want these kids to understand that if you don't have a father in your life, we're going to provide that. We're going to provide your leadership, and we're going to put you into a position where hopefully we can teach you something, put you into a position where you come back after you make it to college, and we build a foundation where 10 years from now we have some Kck Rbi alums coming back and saying, hey, this is what I did, I made it, and you follow these same steps, you can do the same thing. The biggest issue I would probably say in Kansas City is we just don't have any place to play. So at the end of the day, you know, we have a lot of kids when they show up to play, the facility and the fields that we play on just really aren't up to par. The best thing about it is kids are still excited and they're still showing up for the most part now. It's just a matter of us getting it back to where it used to be.
Behind me you see is our scoreboard. Needless to say, it's hard to keep track of balls and strikes and outs and runs scored if the scoreboard doesn't even face the field that we're playing in. So here's the bleachers of our big field, basically our showcase field. The ultimate goal would be to tear it down and actually move it back and build it into the hill, so therefore we can enjoy some more of this space and give ourselves an opportunity to have the field at regulation size. Yeah, so third base is going to be about right here.
What we're trying to do is give kids an environment where they feel safe as far as the complex, the fields that they play on, and then the environment. We're trying to create an environment where everybody in the community can be excited about what we have going on. And a lot of the parents that are in the program, this is the ballpark where they played at. So they're excited about it because they want their kids to be able to play in the same ballpark and the same complex that they grew up at. Once you turned 13 in Kansas City, Kansas, there was nowhere else for you to play. And then when Kansas City, Kansas RBI came, we opened up the doors for those high school kids to now have a place to play. We're able to bring kids on, but the biggest fear we have is being able to provide them a safe environment to play in.
Without further ado, I want to introduce you to a young man by the name of Daryl Krulich. The young man has more heart than I can put into words. He's basically what we want kids in Kansas City, Kansas RBI to represent.
Daryl has aplastic anemia.
Aplastic anemia. It's taken everything I've worked for my whole life.
Aplastic anemia is a fairly rare blood disorder. We don't know exactly what causes it, but what happens is we think it's an immune process where the body sort of attacks itself.
When I wake up, I take about 7 or 8 pills.
The problem in playing baseball, it's not traditionally a contact sport. The problem is a baseball that hits him in the head could do a considerable amount of damage even with the helmet on.
When he told me it was worse than leukemia and cancer, that got me really scared.
Find something to keep you going. It's whatever I could do to keep my mind off my sickness.
We are thrilled to have all of you join us here for the 2012 RBI Institute. RBI Institute's an opportunity to provide, baseball, softball opportunities, life opportunities to the young men and women in their community. But then obviously it's an opportunity for us to provide the RBI program in their community, and at the end of the day, make sure that they have everything they need to really be able to impact the kids in their community.
The RBI Institute puts you into a position where there's several other RBI programs that are out there that are on the same level that you are. So you can kind of relate, communicate, network, and kind of see how that they made it through some hurdles that they faced locally. So this institute provided us an opportunity to kind of see the blueprint from another program and see how they achieve success at a quick rate. The thing that really intrigued me about the RBI program is reviving baseball in the inner city.
Everybody is just one group and we're just playing against each other just to get a feel of one another, to get to know each other or one another. So that would basically be at the competition level and the level of familyship.
Superman, I see you. I see it. Hey, let me see it. Let me see it.
We took a junior RBI team to the regional, and this year will be our 3rd year, and we're going to try to take all 3, junior, senior, and a softball.
If you give us your all, we will be satisfied. Give it your all on 3. 1, 2, 3. Give it your all!
That was another thing that we're passionate about. There's no place for inner city girls in Kansas City, Kansas to play softball. So we want to give those girls an opportunity to do something to be able to leave the city and be proud of. And so that's another thing that we're really concentrating on this year, is giving the girls the same opportunity that the boys have.
1, 2, 3, KC!
When Kck Rbi was formed, we were the only program for inner city youth. Our program is for children that they don't get that support at home, so their parents may drop them off at practice. That's great. We want to have them.
Being on a team is, something that I believe that everybody should do, whether it's, in sports or as in, in the classroom. Just being around other people and having the same goal and, pushing one another. So that's just one thing I would stress to them, is being able to go out, and make friends.
If I asked you where you wanted your program to be in 5 years, where would it be?
Hopefully somebody will look back and say, hey, Kansas City, Kansas RBI truly touched my child's life or my life or the community's life and made a positive impact. Because once you can get other people talking about the fruits of the labor that you put in, that's when you're doing things right.
Now let's count out on 3. RBI, loud and clear.
1, 2, 3.
RBI!